Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my 2024 college football Week 6 prop picks and best bets. So we won our over/under bet last week, and we also won our spread pick. So once again, we picked a double-digit dog and won again with our spread pick. So we're doing really well with that. 8-3 in our prop picks last week, so we did great with that as well. We're gonna try to keep this winning train going. I'm getting this video out to you a little later, mainly because we were crunching numbers in the lab, trying to figure out, what were the best picks. I didn't want to rush or push anything out that I wasn't too sure about. Plus, some of these numbers came back down to us, which is always great for us. So I have some really good picks for you, 8 picks for you today. I'll probably have another part two for you coming tomorrow, where I have a few more picks in there for you. But 8 great picks for you today, along with two more best bets. So I have a spread pick and an over and under bet for you. So let's keep the money train growing with the best bets and with the prop picks that we've been on. So with this being week 6, we have a lot of information on each one of these players. And so the more information, the better the picks, the more money we should win. So you'll see my prop king emojis. I have a lot of confidence in a lot of picks this week. Not too many one prop king emojis, more 2 and 3, because I'm super confident in some of these picks that we have for you. So we're gonna get to real quickly how we did last week. 8-3, as I said, 73%. So year total, now we're at 28-28. So we got to keep winning so we can get this number up to about 56% so we all can be profitable. So that's what we're looking to do. And hopefully we can get there this week with our great picks that we have. So let's look at this guy, Jalen Milroe from Alabama. Average passing yards 241, projected passing yards 242. So he's coming off a heater. He had a great game versus Georgia. There's a lot of hoopla going on. I see this Vandy defense. It's decent versus the run, but I don't see them stopping the pass. Wide receivers, the Alabama wide receivers versus the Vandy secondary has a huge advantage. Um, Alabama's a 24-point favorite. I don't see it getting to that point. I see it being a little closer than what we believe. So I really like this over 233 passing yards for Jalen Milroe. I feel like it's just too low for a guy that's going to have opportunity to throw the ball. And I think Pavia from Vanderbilt keeps this game a little closer so we can get to this number we need. Next guy is Luther Burden from Missouri. Man, what a stud he is. He came into this year as ranked as my number one wide receiver overall. He only has 19 receptions. That's not enough for a number one receiver, not on your team or in the nation. So I really see him picking up his workload. Now he's cleared the number they have for him in the last 2 games. And I think against this Texas A&M team, you're going to see the best players make the plays, and that's going to be him. I think it's a breakout game for him. The secondary is not the best that A&M has ever had. So I just see him really getting past this number of over 68.5. I feel like that number is just way too low for someone as talented as him. The next guy is Alex Orji from Michigan. Now, this is a guy we went with, but if you look at his number, I only have one prop king emoji for him, but if you look at the number, it's super low for a starting quarterback. Um, he started the 2 games, he's only had 87 yards, but um, I feel like Washington will force him to be more of a passer. It'll force him to do more. I don't think they're going to let Mullins run and Edwards run as much. I feel like they're going to make him either be a passer or a rusher, and he's capable of doing both. I do believe they're going to open it up a little bit more for him. So because I think that I like the over 129 pass plus rushing yards for Alex Orji. The next guy I have is Cam Ward from Miami. Average passing yards is 356. Projected passing yards is 330. He's been well over 300 in every single game. The number that came out was confusing at first. This number has also went up, so I kind of understand it now. Um, you look at last year, he threw for 354 versus this Cal defense. And he has better wide receivers now. Both teams play really fast, so that there should be a lot of usage for him. As long as this game stays relatively close, I think Cam Ward easily clears 298.5 passing yards. Next guy we have is Ollie Gordon. Now we went with Ollie a couple times, I believe twice, and he's disappointed both times. He hasn't had his best year. He'll admit it. Everyone else will admit it. But if you watch the beginning of that Kansas State game, he was getting the ball a lot. They were using him, and I'm expecting that usage rate to stay high. This has to be his bounce back spot. I expect a high scoring game. West Virginia is definitely going to push him this game to kind of make plays, not only in the rushing game, but also in the passing game. So his average rush plus receiving yards is 82. I got him projected at 112. They had him set at 100. I like him over 100.5 rushing receiving yards. Next guy is Nico. I'm gonna butcher his last name, so I'm not gonna even bother right now. But we know Nico is a star. He's coming from Tennessee. Great player, um, highly ranked guy. Arkansas secondary is bad. Let's just be honest. I've seen them play multiple times this year. Oklahoma State. Every team you can mention has just opened it up on them. And Tennessee has a high pace of play, so it's going to be a lot of opportunities for Nico to come out here and make plays. Tennessee's team total is set at 40 points, so they're expecting them to get to 40 points, which is great for us. So I like the game script, I like the usage rate, I like everything about this game, and I also like his number as it's come down to over 243.5 passing yards. I like this number a lot more than it was at 248, I believe, 245. So once again, we're getting the best of this number. If it goes any lower, I'm definitely hitting it, but go ahead and try to get it now before it gets any higher because I definitely don't feel comfortable with him over 250. Next guy is Caden Klubnik from Clemson. This guy has come on strong after that horrible performance against Georgia. He really struggled in that game, but ever since then, this guy's just been on a tear. He's been completing passes at a high rate. He's been running at a high rate. He's coming in as the 5-star we always thought he should be. I love him at average passing yard is 273. I got him projected at 274. I think this is another breakout game for him. Over 262 pass plus rush yards just seems a little too low for somebody who has all the momentum that he has currently. Next guy is Devin Neal from Kansas. I'm going fading Jalen Daniels, and I'm going with Devin Neal because I know someone has to do something in this game versus Arizona State. If you watched Arizona State play this year, their defense leaves a little to be desired. They struggle versus a very good offense at Texas State, but still, nevertheless, they struggled. So I really like Devin Neal in this spot. Rushing receiving yard average is at 110. I got him projected a little lower that at 106. And even with that being said, I still got him over the 94.5 rushing receiving yards, which is pretty low for a guy who's just been studying out this whole time. Now to our best bets. BC plus Virginia over 50.5. I've got a lot of feedback from this from a lot of people. I've looked at a lot of situations. I just feel like this is a number that I'm going to go with. Virginia can score and BC will score. Both these teams can put up points. This number is lower than I think it should be, just because BC does play a little slower pace. But I see both of these teams getting in the end zone and touchdowns. So I like this over 50.5 for that bet at 1 unit. My next team is Michigan versus Washington. Now, Washington is a favorite here, but I think Michigan's defense, and I believe they get it done a little bit more on the offensive end. So I got Michigan plus 2.5. You wouldn't believe that this number would be that at the beginning of the year, but Michigan's offense has struggled. So people are taking that into account. But with that being said, to me, they still have the best defense in college football. I think they will take care of business, and I think there's a lot of motivation. Washington has lost a lot as well, so I see this being two Michigan plus 2.5. I see Michigan pulling out the win in this game, to be honest. Now for a recap. Jalen Milroe, 233.5 passing yards. Burton over 68.5 receiving yards. Orgy over 129.5 pass plus rush yards. Ward over 300.5 passing yards. Gordon over 100.5 rush plus receiving yards. Nico over 243.5 passing yards. Klubnik over 262 plus pass plus rush yards. And Neal over 94.5 rush plus receiving yards. So 8 great prop picks, 2 best bets for you. So a total of 2 picks for you, 10 picks for you in this video. If you enjoyed this video, if you find any of this information useful, please like and subscribe to the channel. That's what keeps me going, keeps me pushing out these videos to you guys. So like, subscribe, comment, do all three. I really appreciate it. And like I always say, let's cash.